Mr. Speaker, the question is also on vaccination passport, but now posed to MOT. But let me reiterate some of the points that SMS Janil has made. We are exploring with several countries and regions, including Australia, on the mutual recognition of vaccination certificates. The certificates can be physical or digital, and we will need them to be secure, tamper-proof, and verifiable. However, vaccinations are only one aspect of pandemic control. Social distancing, contact tracing, quarantine, testing are also very important aspects which countries and regions have used to control the spread of COVID-19 virus, even as vaccines become available. So Singapore will continue, together with MOH, MOT, and other agencies, continue to holistically evaluate the COVID-19 situation in various countries and regions and explore the possibility of restoring air travel when it is safe to do so. And we have been proactively doing so, given the importance of our global connections.
Sang Wei Nang.
Thank you, speakers. Thank you, Minister, for the comprehensive reply. I have two supplementary questions. One is that how would the recent announcement by the Hong Kong government to bar SIA to fly to Hong Kong for 2 weeks affect the negotiation or the preparation of the travel bubble between Hong Kong and Singapore? And two, will the Minister review which are the countries that we are negotiating and preparing for travel bubbles over the next few months? Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, in short, the recent suspension of SQ flights to Hong Kong does not affect the talks to establish or restore the air traffic bubble that didn't get to start. The reason is this: Hong Kong civil aviation authorities, they set in place very transparent criteria of airlines. Once you breach some of the criteria, you get suspended for 14 days. So they have suspended 23 times before this latest incident where SQ got suspended for 2 weeks. And the suspension came about because of technical reasons, which is one of the criteria was breached. The third one, which is that SQ had a transit passenger not from Singapore, a transit passenger tested negative pre-departure but tested positive post-arrival, so maybe a intermittent shedding. And at the same time, I believe there are 3 or 5, I can't remember, 3 or 5 passengers tested negative but carrying certs from labs. They are not ISO certified. So those are technical breaches combined together. The Hong Kong civil aviation authorities enforce this very strictly. So it triggered the suspension. Any travel bubble will not carry transit passengers. Travel bubble operates on the basis that the flights traveling within the bubble carries only what we call OD, origin destination passengers. So actually transit passengers outside of the bubble. So it wouldn't affect. And we continue to want to work with Hong Kong to restore this travel bubble. As for how many countries we are speaking to, there are many. But let me differentiate this. I actually don't quite like the term vaccination passports. It gives you the impression like we carry a passport, we can go anywhere, It doesn't work like that. I think what happened is every healthcare authority, after vaccination, issue a vaccination certificate that has to be verifiable, tamper-proof. And then we talk to other regions and authorities to mutually recognize our certificates. If we mutually, and that is the part where we are talking to many partners, because it's good to mutually recognize our certificates. And in Singapore, we have a very strong certification system run by MOH. Verifiable, notarized, you can see how secure they are. And after you mutually recognize, then you ask yourself, then so what? Do you therefore, which is a question that Ms. Fumiha asked, therefore you're subject to shorter quarantine, fewer tests, and these are things that we have to discuss. And I think the first criteria when we discuss is that how safe is this region? Actually, if a place is safe, such as Brunei, New Zealand, Australia, even before vaccination, we already allow them in without vaccinations because that place is safe. So that is the first and foremost criteria. Is the place safe? And if it's moderately safe, then we can talk about with vaccinations, how far do we lower the risk and what other relaxation can we accord. So these are all under discussions and considerations. From time to time, you will see public statements being made, but actually behind the scenes, a lot of work is going on. And when there are significant progress and significant things to announce, we will do so and inform the public.